I would like to apologize for not checking my motto last week. I did not know that it would have the same initials as the Ku Klux Klan. In light of that, I have decided to make this week's book reviews a bit more lighthearted and kid-friendly. It's a new segment I would like to call Karling's Kids Corner. Wait, hold on a second. Damn it!
Hit me! When the four corners of this cocoon collide.
Everybody knows the story of The Wizard of Oz. It's always on around Christmas time, and every year you have to choose between watching it again or changing it to the Hallmark Channel. And you do not change it to the Hallmark Channel. If I wanted to watch desperate middle-aged women look for love and attention, I'd be reviewing a lot more romance novels. The movie's a classic and should be ingrained in your memory. You may be familiar with the book too. Its simple writing and charming illustrations still make it a favorite for kids today. But did you know that Frank L. Baum actually continued the series? Not just one or two, but 13 sequels to the original book. And nobody really cares about any of them. In all fairness, the series was very commercially successful for its time, and a lot of elements and characters were later used in the cult classic Return to Oz. Today I'm looking second in the line of these many sequels in the third book in the series, Ozma of Oz. Ozma of Oz. It's gonna be a long day. The book is dedicated to all the boys and girls who read my stories, and especially the Dorothys. Our story centers around the aforementioned Dorothy as she is whisked away once again to a magical adventure, but not to you-know-where. No, this is a totally different magical territory apparently, and Dorothy must work her way out with the help of a talking yellow rooster named Billina. What? You've never heard of the magical talking rooster Billina? Yeah, new sequels means new characters, and casual Oz readers like myself might find it a little bit jarring. People have to remember that strange characters were in all of the Oz books, even the first one. Yeah, remember the King of the Flying Monkeys? His exposition of the monkey people and their monkey customs took up like a chapter and a half in the original book, and that's really a waste considering that one chapter had the implied genocide of the China people. Nope, not gonna do it. So let's get back to the topic here. Along with Billina, we have another character known as TikTok. He's a mechanical robot thing and... Okay, just look at this guy. You know you want to read a book with this guy in it. He looks like C-3PO and Chris Christie had a kid and I love it. There's also the characters from the original book, and a new character called the Hungry Tiger, who is exactly what his name implies. There's also Ozma. Oh yeah, remember the titular character? She's actually not as important to the story as you might think. Anyway, she's the immortal Princess of Oz, and she was actually introduced in the book prior. Why is this book named after her? So Dorothy is actually in the land of Ev, which is a lot like Oz, except in a lot more peril and slightly easier to pronounce. Ev is being attacked by the neighboring dominion of the Gnome King. It's led by, you guessed it, the Gnome King. The royal family had been turned into ornaments in his palace. Our heroes have to discover which ornaments are the royal family to turn them back. If they guess wrong, they get turned into an ornament. This entire story seems to boil down to a coked up game of Rumpelstiltskin. And just a little spoiler, Ozma doesn't guess correctly. She spends part of this book as an inanimate object with little bearing on the plot. A lot of the other sequels are named after characters in the story, which leaves me to wonder if they actually have any importance in their respective tales. So what's the final verdict on Ozma of Oz? I give it a Z out of 10. It's the perfect book to read to your kids before bedtime, as it brings the same magic as Oz. But it's weirder and more desperately written. That only makes it more endearing, of course. Join me next week, when I discover what drug Frank L. Baum was on when he wrote this. I'm still sticking with Coke. I've heard that it's the drug of choice of children's authors. And seriously, look at this guy. He looks like he's had his fair share of white Christmases. Thank you for watching Spencer Karling, where cocaine jokes are an acceptable way to end the episode.